Hey there, it's Jenny from Southern Savers. I want to tell you about all of the great toys for kids 10 and up. Some of these will work for kids that are younger. You know your kids a lot better than I do, but we're also going with what the manufacturers have recommended for some of these ages as well. So in this age group, STEM, which is science toys, is huge. I am also a big fan of toys that we can play with again and again and again. So not looking for one-time use necessarily, but looking for things that kids can enjoy for a really long time. So hands down, the classic there is Legos. Legos, it's always going to be on the table in my book. And in our house, it would always be on my kids' list. The fun part about Legos is that every year they've got new sets. So if you have kids that are always wanting to keep building, you've always got new sets to add. This year, these are some of the new ones hitting the market this year. This is a big new Friends collection with lots of different things to build. The concept is that friends build together. So there's walkie-talkies and a camera. A lot of them have action to them, so they take batteries and they're gonna do things. Doesn't mean the camera works, but it's a little bit more of a complicated build and a kind of fun for the older girls or boys. Lego Creator adding a lot more to their line, and then a lot more coming out in the Brickheads line with different brands. So these are DC Comics, Disney, and Disney Princesses have a lot there too. And keep in mind, Lego has continued to push out new lines even for adults. So this year we've got Buckingham Palace, and they've been going with the architecture around the world line now for a few years. So if you haven't checked that one out, that could keep you busy just catching up on some of those really, really cool ones from around the world, different sets that you can do from different cities. So in the Lego price range, just these alone, a range from about $20 on the smaller sets to $40 on the larger. And if you've been doing Legos for a while, you know they can go on up from here. We do see deals on them from time to time. The one thing I'll warn you when it comes to Lego deals is that they're usually today only, so you need to keep an eye on them, keep watching for them, and when they drop, you jump. That's just the best way to save on Legos. I wish there was something a little bit more scientific, but it's just how it tends to work. So to keep moving, games. This is a fun age for games, and I would recommend that you look towards games that can be played in a group, but the first one I do want to mention can be a single player. So this is Cat Crimes. There's 40 different crimes to solve. It's really 8 and up, but I would push it more towards the 10, and this is on up into adult as well. This is a really fun one, and you'll be at it for a while with 40 different crimes to solve, but it's a cute one. So if you have someone that loves cats, they're gonna enjoy this, or loves crime mysteries. I guess you could go either way with that. This is from Think Fun. It is sold on Amazon. You'll also find it on Target. Price range, 15 bucks. It's not a bad or hard gift to fit into the budget. So another one from Think Fun is Shadows in the Forest. Shadows in the Forest is a play in the dark game. How much more fun can you get? For up to 7 players. So think family here, a big group of you, you're gonna get together and you're gonna have a blast with this one. Price range is right at 20 bucks, so it's very affordable for a family game, and it's also one that you can play again and again. So Think Fun, they also have a couple Escape the Room games that you can play. Those don't really do so well for again and again, because once you've escaped, you've escaped. But this one has a lot more strategy to it, and each time you play is gonna be a little different. 8 and up here, I think you may tend, if you're playing with adults, to again push that up towards about 10, so that strategy-wise we're all on the same level. But it's a very fun game for a big group or smaller group. The least amount of folks is 2, so 2 to 7 players, however you want to run on that one. And again, it's in the $20 range. You'll probably find it on sale as well in Target. They've been running a lot of board game specials lately, so you could even watch for that one to come on. One more in the game category is What's That Smell? Now this is from Wowie Toys, who's the maker of Fingerlings and the new dinosaur Fingerlings. This is perfect for tweens and teens because it's a smelling game. It's filled with cards that are sealed inside. Your job is to open the card, try to figure out what the smell is. If you get it wrong, you are gonna lose the game. If you get it right, the more cards that you're collecting, the more your chances of winning. This one can be played in a large group as well, or small. The more, the merrier though on a game like this. So with this one, keep in mind that some of them do not smell so good, but that's the point. It's just fun, just having a good time. One little tip from experience is that after you play it, so that you can play it again, I do recommend that you go ahead and have some Ziploc bags handy, so that once those cards are opened, you have a way to put them in the Ziploc bag to kind of conserve that card smell, so that all the cards don't end up kind of blending together. But as long as you store them in those Ziploc bags after you've opened and played it once, you're good to keep playing it with different groups or the same group. It's a lot of fun. Now, to move on from games, back into kind of STEM and creation for a little bit, Architect, and let me move What's That Smell so you can see it. So Architect is, to me, taking Legos to the next level. So with this, you build your own house from the ground up. They're gonna design it, the walls are inside, they're gonna have to piece it all together. So you can see it put together here, but really you've gotta build the walls, you've gotta build the structure. And then once the structure is built, you've got electrical components. You can install an elevator and fans and lights all throughout the house. So there's about 40 different ways that you can build this structure. It's yours to build, however you want it to look. And then there's 20 different lighting projects inside this one kit. Architect does have a couple of other kits that you could build onto if they're just really loving it. But I have been just super impressed with the components in the kit and with the company. So you're gonna find a lot more that you can do even outside of the box online. You're gonna kind of step the toy up after they've done the projects that are in the box by checking out what's on the company's website. Price range here, $40. We have already seen it go on sale twice on Amazon, and we may see it again before the end of the Christmas season. I would keep an eye on it more online than in stores, because this is brand new this year and hasn't hit all of the shelves yet. So it's going to be a great one. It is sold by SmartLab, but a great one to look into, especially if you've got someone who wants to be an architect or is really interested in electronics and engineering. This is it. This is stepping it up for them and really pushing them to the next level. So along that line, to kind of jump over here, this is also made by SmartLab. It's Tiny Science, and it is exactly its name, super, super tiny chemistry set. Now, this is 8 and up here, and again, I'm pushing it to the 10 because it is really tiny. I don't know that I would hand this over to my 8-year-old, but my 10-year-old, my 13-year-olds, they love it. So we've got super tiny pipettes, we've got little tiny magnifying glasses. There are 24 pieces in here and 20 experiments in all inside the kit. So everything's inside this little tiny box versus taking up the whole dining room table to do science. They're gonna have fun doing little tiny experiments. Sometimes tiny just makes it even more intricate and involved. Price-wise here, super cheap, less than 20 bucks for the Tiny Science. Again, from SmartLab. This you will find in stores or also online, however you want to look for it. So both of these together, same company, SmartLab, Tiny Science, and Architect building kit. Now for creative folks, which is a few of my girls, I love 3D Doodler and their new Create Plus pen. So if you've heard of 3D printers, which are crazy expensive and can make anything your brain can think of, this is stepping down to a point that all of us can afford with a 3D pen. So you take the pen and you can create anything you want. These were made by using this pen. So the pen takes little sticks of various colors. It comes with a number of colors in the kit. The pen heats them up and then has a control for you to decide how thin or how thick you want it to be. And you can make literally anything that you can dream up with the 3D pen. I've seen folks make an Eiffel Tower. I met someone who made their own wallet. You can get very creative with this. One thing I also love here, 3D Doodler on their website has hundreds of free patterns. So print them out and you're off. You're off making snowflakes and Christmas ornaments and spring wreaths. The sky is the limit on what folks have uploaded there. If you end up making your own pattern or your kids get really creative, they can also upload them to 3D Doodler's website to let other people make their projects too. So really, really just fun and great company in terms of continually building on and getting creative. So go to it. Price range here, regular price is $79. It does come with 3 different sets of color strips and everything you need to run the pen. The pen is with an electrical charger, so you're not going to have to replace batteries in it, but they do have a battery version if you want that. One note on this, the Create Plus is really meant for older kids. So this is really getting into the 13, maybe as low as 12 range, but probably on up. 3D Doodler does make a starter version. It is cheaper even for smaller hands. And that is what I would recommend if you have someone, you know, this is intriguing to you, you think they're gonna love it. I would still point you to 3D Doodler, but I would look at some of their other lines for smaller hands. So Create Plus is more older, and part of that is because it does have a control for how hot that it's gonna get the plastic as to whether it's gonna come out really thin or thick. And that control, it can just be a hard toggle to learn for smaller hands. The pen is also smaller than their younger version. So both of them are great. We've had both of them in our house and loved them, just to kind of separate this one out so that I really want you to realize I put it in this category for older kids for a reason, versus you getting it for a younger kid and being disappointed. Go with the younger kid model. You will be a lot more happy when you do that. Now, a really fun one that is possibly in the hottest toy range for this year. This is a Harry Potter coding wand. So if you've got someone in your house that is a budding computer programmer or just really loves Harry Potter, both of them put together, you get to build your own wand. So I'm gonna open it up and show you. This is from Kano. You can buy this locally. It's in Target, it's in Walmart, it's also online. Price point is 99 bucks. I don't know that you're gonna see it on sale. This just came out this year. They were taking pre-orders for it on Amazon for a while, and I do expect it to sell out the closer that we get. So we open it up, and we have a wand to build inside the kit. It tells you how to build your wand. Inside this book is also how to code your wand, which is the big part. So I am going to put the wand together. We're gonna hook it up to any tablet device, and it can run on most of them using the Kano app, which is a free app. And then it teaches you how to code, and you get to build your own programs too to walk through different things. So these are all the different movements that you're gonna need to learn with your wand, but there are different programs and different spells that you can make your wand learn. So I'll put him back in here. But in the end, and it kind of shows you some on the back, as we learn to code, we can make objects fly, we can make fire flow, pumpkins grow, paint pictures, compose music. There's a lot. So 70 different creative challenges and step-by-step directions for those challenges, using coding to teach your wand how to do them. So this I would not put on for super young, because it is a step-by-step process. They are gonna need to learn some basics in coding, but it is using a pretty simple platform. So our 10-year-old has already really enjoyed some online free coding programs. I have no doubt that she could handle this. I don't know that I would go super young with it, but then from other reviews that I've seen too, I don't know that I would go super old with it either. You know, if we're gonna hand this over to someone who codes for a living, this might not be in their category, but I would definitely say 10 and up, not a problem. They've actually got 6 and up on here, so it might be very intuitive for someone that's younger to learn it too. So price range here, 99 bucks, that's just full price. I don't expect a sale here. So if you wanna try to save on it, maybe you save on getting a Target gift card on a deal, and then you use the gift card to grab this. It is sold at Target, it's sold at Walmart, it's sold on Amazon. Those are the three main places, but a great one to grab. Two more. This one I think is perfect for our tween girls who love to take pictures but don't always get to print them out. This is taking your smartphone and it's a printer. I don't need any wires, I don't need any cords. All I do is take my phone, pull up the picture that I want to take a picture of, and I take the phone and I put it over the holder. There's a little mirror that shows that I have it lined up, and there's a shutter release. And once I take a picture of the shutter, I can turn this and out pops the picture that I've just taken. So these are two that are off of my phone now. So just to give you an idea, they're all gonna have kind of that retro feel to them. They're Polaroid film based, or Fujimax Instax film, but you get the idea. But perfect. So it's any film that you would normally grab for that Instax camera, and any store goes in it. There's no batteries required, there's no wires required, and when you're done with your picture, it folds down and tucks out of the way. So when we're all set, everything folds in and you're good to go. Last but not least on this list is the new Razr Power A2. So this is kind of all new and designed Razr scooter that they have added power to. You push off, so it has a kick to start, meaning you push off like you normally would on a scooter, and then it kicks in. It has a motor in the back wheel, kicks in and goes up to 11 miles per hour. And can actually run for up to 40 minutes on one charge. When it charges, it has a cord that plugs in to the back and charge it for about 4 hours, and it's good to go for that next 40 minutes. When it first comes, they do recommend a full overnight charge to kind of prep that battery, but it's been a lot of fun. Weight on this model, so they have a number of models to pick from. So weight max on this model for best optimal use is in the 145 range. So if you've got older kids, we may be maxing that out. You may want to up to another Razr power scooter. But this Razr A2, if we're talking 10, 11, 12-year-old, you're probably well under that without a problem. They're going to be able to enjoy this for quite a while. The other thing that it has, you might not be able to see it there. Let me see if I can turn, is right here. This is your toggle for, I can push the green button to go faster. So once the motor kicks in, if I want to go a little faster, I push the green button and we're going to go faster. It does not have a brake on the handle. Just put your foot down and you're going to stop. So good to go, and take your finger off the power as well. It folds up and collapses. So you can take this, fold it completely down like you would a normal scooter that's not power, and you can carry it any way that you wanted to. So it's not super heavy and it's not super big. It does have a kickstand, as you can see. The sweet part here is that the other models that you'll find on power scooters, usually much wider on the bottom and much bigger electrical component. So here the electrical component is inside this back wheel. It's not taking up a lot of space, nor is it super heavy. So it's great for kids that want to be able to play with this, but then you want to be able to put it away. Or one of the things Razr was saying, even for kids that are commuting, that would be kind of extreme if we were hauling this into school, but you could do it, I guess, if you wanted to. Price range here, full price, is right at the $200 mark. We are going to see it on sale a little bit, but this guy is a brand new on the market. So it is not in a lot of stores yet. It is on Amazon and some select Targets. We're going to see it more in the stores as we get closer to Christmas, and possibly more in the spring, because we're talking brand new. So just to keep that in mind, to kind of put it on the top of your list, but to put it where you're going to keep checking to see if you can find it if you're not able to find it on Amazon right now. Super fun scooter though, and even if you're a little over 145, it still runs. So I'm gonna say that there have been a couple test runs on it that have exceeded the maximum weight limit that is recommended, and it was just fine. But that is what they technically recommend. So this gives you a glimpse. These are all of our toys that I would recommend, or gadgets, since some of them might not feel quite toyish, for kids 10 and up. I think that, you know, in terms of that up, a number of these are gonna be perfect for kids that are 16 and plus, which is a really hard age group to hit. And my goal isn't to hand people video games or always to be putting technology in their hands that they're just gonna stare at and you're gonna lose them. I wanna give them games that they're gonna play with their family, ways that they're gonna create, ways that they're gonna have to think. That's really the goal with so many of these. So hopefully this helps to get your brain going with some great ideas. And hopefully we're gonna see some great deals on these too as we get closer to Christmas. So these are the ones to keep an eye out for. And if you've got younger kids, make sure to watch our other 2 videos that we have for different age groups to help you pick out toys for them too.